It's a therapy Thursday, a throwback Thursday, all of that. So because of that, I'm definitely going to share with you some tips and tools that you can use to disengage from all the negativity in the world. A lot of people really only take this in. They sit, they listen, they watch all things negative all day long. They really do. Politics, what Trump said, what so and so said, what they doing, what they did, what they. That's a lot. Then they wonder why they have some of the health conditions that they have, why they respond to things the way that they respond, why they're losing friends and associate, all of that. It's all impacted by what we take in. So at the end of the show and maybe in between, I'll give you some tips and tools that you can use on how to navigate where we are as a society based on today's governmental procedures and policies and playing in our face, all of the different things. All right, so I'm going to open up the phone lines. 994-8949 is the number. A very involved show from top to bottom, so you can call in at any point. 994-8949. If you've been thinking about something in particular and you need to tell me what has broken as far as breaking news, call in and break it. Call in and break it. Giving you that opportunity today. 994-8949. Hey, Miss Cynthia, good evening. My name is Wu, and hello to all the think tankers as well. This is Miss Cynthia, first commenter for the evening. Thank you for checking in. All right. So I want to start off by reading something to you. Then we're going to start chatting. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Already jam-packed with what this is for, what's expected. It already, like from the beginning, from the preamble, right? To ensure domestic tranquility. That ain't happening. Let me find my sound effects. Let me go straight to that because we're going to start from the very top. I almost feel like this should be a requirement if you're going to run for president or any major office. You need to know it. I'm talking about know it. You need to study it. You need to read it to make sure that you're not going to disrespect it because everybody else is following it. We're trying to see what you're doing. So, establish justice. Form a more perfect union. How this union that we live in ain't perfect at all, right? Like that is just not what it has ever been. I don't know if you all remember a time when it was close to good, but it's definitely not perfect. So that's the first part right there. Establish justice, not bring in a National Guard, but just simply establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare. The general welfare, not our own welfare, but the general welfare of the people and our posterity. That's the beginning of it. Okay. So that's what we're going to break that down and put that in motion with everything else that we'll be discussing. Let's go to the phone lines already. Caller, you're in. What you got? Hello, caller.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I was always like this show. It just makes us stimulate our mind. But I'm going to talk about these holidays for a second
Oh, come on.
and about economics.
Okay.
We all know that the only way you get people's attention is this group is to do it economically.
Mhm.
And we've heard things like boycott or whatever. But I can say this: if we really wanted to establish our place in this country, all we would have to do is just stop spending money for these holidays. Look, it's not our holiday anyway. I don't know why people get so bent out of shape about a tree and a red Santa Claus with a beard, but the situation is a lot of us spending money for this holiday they don't have anyway.
Okay.
But what would that be a good message if we could almost all get on the same page and say, we ain't participating.
Okay.
It's not ours anyway. You don't want us. Anyway, my thought, y'all thoughts on that.
I appreciate that. So that is a part of what we're talking about today as well, talking about these tariffs. And then if you do order things, you do buy things, the taxes that have been added, the issues that come with it, all of that. But holidays, we are in the holiday season. Thanksgiving is on the way, Christmas is on the way, even the New Year. That's a celebration and a holiday as well. And my brother just said, how about we stop spending for the holidays? Now, I enjoy the holidays. I do. I enjoy the idea of what we make them. I think holidays are definitely what we make them. Time with family, time with friends, time off. Like if it's shut down, we all shut down and we just get together and enjoy. If we could do that without the extra, cool. But is it tradition? Is it just that we are so set in our ways that in November and October we got to do this, we got to buy this, we got to get this for so and so. I got to make sure that I get that. Like is that just a part of where we are and who we are at this point, or can we truly come together and not spend for the holidays? Would it really make an impact? Caller, you're in with the think tank, Lady Wu. What it do?
Well, you know what holiday that we don't celebrate, which I feel as though that it is of the culture, is Hanukkah.
Hmm.
Hanukkah and Kwanzaa has been lost for a number of years.
Okay.
They used to teach it when I was in school back in the 90s, elementary school, but now it's not even mentioned half of the time. Everybody's so focused on Christmas, Christmas Eve. But if we get back to Hanukkah and celebrate those times, we will really understand and know, it's not necessary to go out and spend thousands, hundreds of dollars for
Mhm.
our kids. What we do for them all year round.
So
We make
can
them
you
their
tell us
providers.
and can you tell us a
Well,
little bit about what Hanukkah is and who celebrates Hanukkah and why we would benefit?
well, well, the African descent, and it's pretty much 8 days. It's an 8 day celebration, and it's more so like coming with family and understanding each other. It's nothing. We don't have to buy anything, and we set light a candle each day for those days that we're celebrating each other, and come together as a community, and get together as family because yeah, Christmas is all about supposedly, people buying gifts, but it's not the gift. It's the more so like, I guess touching bases with, with each other.
Okay. 9948949 sounded like Kwanzaa for those of us who do incorporate the principles of Kwanzaa, where you make gifts and sometimes you do buy inexpensive gifts to honor each day or commemorate each day. That's a part of Kwanzaa. I'm not really familiar with Hanukkah, but I got your drift, sis. So if we stop spending on the holidays, the impact that would be made could make a major change. And also clearly voting because the Democrats have shown out. We'll get into that a little bit later on as well. In certain places, the Democrats have shown out. Hopefully, Alabama will take note and stop sticking with the narrative that it's a red state. It's going to always be a red state. Everything changes. All right. 9948949. How do you feel about not spending and being active over the holidays? Now, we'll say the idea of family festivity goes nowhere. Like we keep that, but I think it's the gift giving. You got to eat anyway. We're going to get into food too. Like all of this goes together. Everything. When people say, I don't do politics, I don't do government. Yes, you do. And it does you daily. So yeah, you do. You may not celebrate the holiday. You may not decorate. You may not go buy a tree. You may not do all of those things. However, we still buy food. We still, wear the attire, those different things. Would you be willing to make the sacrifice? I know that there's another boycott that is being promoted now. We'll talk about that as well. All of this is coming up within these next 2 hours. And then whatever you've been thinking about, whatever it is that you want to talk about. Because in a lot of situations, we don't have a platform or an opportunity to just say what we've been thinking because y'all ain't really started coming to therapy yet. So yeah, we'll talk about that later on. Darlene says, I don't think because Stan seeing my family 8 days straight, maybe 2. Okay, Darlene. So some people embrace the holidays. They love the holiday. They love the festivities. They love the gift giving. But when you think about the bigger picture and the impact that our spending could make. Now, I will say this. Every time I hear or see anything about a boycott, I automatically see the naysayers. I see those that are very much pessimistic about the outcomes. It's not going to impact anything. It's not going to change anything. If I don't go that day, I'm going to go the day before, the day after. So that's the part that baffles me. Like we can never reach a solid attempt. I don't get that part. Like, well, we ain't even tried. Y'all shot it down before we even made the attempt. We're not going to buy Christmas gifts this year. Well, now I got to get my kids Christmas gifts. We haven't even tried. We have not tried. 994-8949 is the number. Caller, you're in with the show, the Think Tank. What's up?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. I was calling to share that in terms of the impact of a boycott,
Mm-hmm.
one word, Target.
Okay. Successful.
And very successful.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that truly did demonstrate the power of the black dollar.
I agree. What do you think about that particular boycott that has made people comply?
Well, I think that as a community of people, I think that we need to talk more about what it is that we are trying to collectively do so that it can truly become a collective. I'm not sure that the efforts that are taking place in different locations on different platforms have been as widely known as the Target boycott. I don't know how it started, but everyone and their mother, cousin, brother, sister, uncle knew about the Target boycott.
Right. So marketing, communicating the message and the objectives clearly. And then a lot of shaming went into it too, just to be honest. Like, hey, I better not see a black person in Target. It was all over TikTok, all over Instagram, people going in Target, seeing people and calling them out. Like, don't go to Target. Interesting. Thank you for that call. Thank you for the perspective. That is one that we all can say has been successful. They've even changed some of their marketing strategies and programs. So hats off to Target. Caller, you're in the tank. What it do?
Lady Woo, what it do?
What it do?
It's me on the check-in. Look, I just wanted to weigh in on this here blackout and boycott. This is something we frequent.
Yeah.
And I think throughout the years, even with the Panther Party, when we were asking people to black out during Black Friday, we were emphasizing, and if you got to shop black.
Okay.
Buy black. Feel me? So it's a way to do it. And so if you got to, that's all I had to put in it. You got to do it, and you got to buy, just buy black.
I like that.
Black
Okay.
power.
Black power. People power. Power to the people. Black power. Yeah. So if you have to buy, if you must shop, if you must prepare, if you got to get gifts, there are black vendors who need and would appreciate your business and our quality. That's another piece of the whole thing. When it's not the same quality. I can't get the deals that I get. It's too high. Look, support your own. Buy black, or make or create. Right. All right. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility. What is tranquility? Peace. Provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution. All right. I really feel like this should be an added qualification. It should be an added qualifier for the role so that you can know when you're breaking the law or not. Should we shop? Should we boycott? Like, what should we do? And I'm wondering if you all would be able to comply. I know for me, I like retail therapy, but I can also say that I pretty much have everything I need. And the people that I know, they do as well. What they do have is debt. What I do have is debt. And if we could figure out how to tackle that, that would be a solution. Let's get out of debt. Let's come together and invest and move that way. Maybe that would be how we spend. So if we stick to the plan and not spending, money will work. Okay. Lisa says, I don't think that it's really about not doing Christmas at all. I think it's about shutting down everything for 7 days so they can see and feel the impact. And that's what I'm saying. Can people really comply or survive without shopping for 7 days? Can they do that? All right, so that is what you have been presented with in this first couple of minutes. We got the top 10 minutes right now. You can call in if something is on your mind, if something has come to you within this brief moment of us just opening the mic. First couple of minutes of the show. Jay Hatt is in the building. Welcome, my brother. Let me turn your mic on. Yeah, welcome. You came right in. On time. I have opened up the phone lines and the platform to the listeners. I want them to inform me. Like, talk to us about what you've been thinking, who you've been talking to, what other conversations you've been having. What are you concerned about as it relates to where we are as a society, worldwide, not just here in Birmingham, in the state, in the county, in the country, wherever. Like, what have you been going through? What have you been thinking about? How have you been impacted by the government being shut down? Some people say it's all the same to me. But I've talked to some government employees who say, no, it's definitely not the same. Like, I was already paycheck to paycheck. Now I'm not getting one at all and haven't gotten one in months. And it has become difficult already. So, yeah, I want to know from you guys, how are you dealing? What are you thinking? What do you want to talk about? Caller, you're in the think tank. What do you want to discuss?
Hello, Lady Wu.
Hey.
I think after those 7 days, we don't run back into those stores and right away and get stuff that I thought I should have got when we had the boycott. We have got to show them that our money counts. And with our money counting, we count. We just got to shut it down.
And keep it shut down.
Yes.
Okay.
And buy black.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Buy black.
Everybody's saying the same thing. Shut it down, stick to it, buy black.
I love it.
Right? I do too. And I'm very optimistic about that. I want people to remain optimistic about that. But I know, just like with any other effort that we've had, there are people that are afraid to do something different. I'm not going to do anything different. I'm going to do what I do. I need this. I need that. I'm going to go where I go. I'm not going to fight the powers that be. I'm going to just do my thing. And I know that those people don't even listen to these shows. So go figure. But are you willing to do it? Are you in a position to do it? Other than buying groceries and gas, which would be okay. So another part of the shutdown was that people were asked to not go to work. Don't go to work. Could you not go to work? Hey, it's shut down. And then you risk the chance of losing your job.
Yep.
So I could lose my job trying to prove a point. But ain't something worth fighting for at some point?
It is. But is it your livelihood?
Oh, man. So there comes the struggle.
Yep.
There comes the struggle. Is it worth my livelihood? Your livelihood is being impacted already anyway. I got a letter about my insurance payments going from like one something with the tax credits and the support from Obamacare, from that to $600 and some a month.
Yeah.
It's me
Just
by
you.
myself. Ain't no dental, no vision, just me, just health. I'm not paying $600 a month for that.
Ooh.
I ain't.
Ooh.
So I'm torn between, keep it shut down until they comply. And then I have people who are being impacted by not being paid. And there lies the conflict.
Yeah. And I guess the only good thing about the furloughed employees, those that they do get some kind of back compensation.
Yeah.
But I mean, Alabama Power, your loans, your car payments, they only understand for a period of time.
And you would think that right now, because the whole United States is under a government shutdown, that they would, hey, we're gonna shut down, so we're not gonna charge you, we're not gonna penalize you because we understand what it is. You would think that. I'll get to you in 5 minutes. You would think that. I ain't been asking nobody for no co-pays, and you owe me.
Right.
No.
Right.
No. So a big company like Alabama Power, Spire, T-Mobile, y'all see what's going on in the world.
They do.
Tack it on the back end.
They can.
Okay, then.
And
do that then.
And I noticed even in like Atlanta, you have government officials issuing the moratorium. Like, hey, give some relief. No evictions.
Yeah, to everybody. Because it's hard to determine. So we got to get into that part too. Like the people that pull up that say they want a box, they need a plate, they're being impacted. All of those different things. When my rent is due and I ain't paid it either. It's a lot. It's a lot going on, so it can be very overwhelming. So that is why it's Therapy Thursday as well. We're going to take everything that's on your mind right now, and then toward the end of the show, I'm going to give you some tips and tools that you can use to disconnect, detach, and be okay in the midst of all of this. Happy Thirsty Thursday, Think Tank. Therapy Thursdays as well, Unity. Hey. Also, Dr. Will Boyd for governor while you're at it. All right. Hey, LaShawn. Hey, Courtney. Sit out of their job for 7 days. Yeah, that's been the ask, Courtney. I'm gonna find that one, but that's one ask of the whole thing. Stay away from everything. Stay at home. Stay at home. Shut it all the way down. Is the ask. And I will find that and share it in a minute. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, you're in the tank. What are your thoughts? What you been thinking about? What you want to talk about?
I'm back again with the staying home from work. When they did the bus boycott in Montgomery, they stayed out of the stores. They stayed off of the bus, but they still went to work. You got to have money to put into those black businesses that you plan on supporting. So I believe you need to still go to work. And you've got to survive also. Your rent is due. Alabama Power, you got to pay them. You can't impact them if you don't have any money to impact them with. So I think you need to do it in stages.
Okay.
I don't think you should stay home from work.
Okay. Thank you for calling back.
Okay.
Whenever you call, I'm gonna try to pick you up too.
Mm-hmm.
Look, not staying home from work. If I don't go to work, like I tell Chris all the time, I'm calling in. I'm not coming. And then my work that I am my own boss, I can say I'm not going. But if I say I'm not going to my own business, I'm definitely gonna have to move in with my parents. Right. I'm gonna have to go somewhere else because that is how I survive. So the trickle down effect of what's happening in the world, government employees not being paid. I see a lot of government employees. There's a lot to talk about, but their benefit, so many different questions to ask. Are benefits still in place even though they're not being paid? Just all the things people say, well, you got savings. No, most of us live paycheck to paycheck. We're comfortable because we managed, but we live paycheck to paycheck. Nobody around here got no silver spoon. So you cannot assume that people just have savings and deep freezers full of food that's gonna last them forever. That's not how life is set up. And that's what we're talking about right now in the think tank right here on B94.9 WATV. Lady Wu in for Chris Coleman, who was in for me earlier, and I was in for Homie because it's his birthday weekend, and he took it in the middle of the week. So I'm here. I decided to come to work. You can't just not go to work. Let's check a couple of comments in this last minute. They don't care. They want their money. They tell us it will negatively affect our credit rating, and it does. Yeah, it does. I'm going fishing for 7 days to get my food. Okay. You could lose your job if you stay off too long. Mm-hmm. I agree, caller. Go to work if you have a job that is paying. So in stages, how do you make it make sense? Make it make sense, J Hat. If the ask is for me not to go to work and the ask is for me to not shop, the ask is for me to buy black. We've had this conversation before. I guess we're going to keep having it until we see something happen. So tell me how you think this should go, what you've been thinking about, how you've been affected. And we're going to chop it all up. We got to talk about Tommy Tuberville. We got to talk about travel.
Right.
All of this kind of goes together with how people get around and what's happening with that. And why is Trump involved in it? This man is involved in literally every piece of life right now. And I'm sick of it. And that's why we're going to give these tips and tools toward the end of the show, because it is a Therapy Thursday. And in spite of what's happening, we still got to manage. We got to function. We got to be okay. I'm not going to lose my mind over Donald Trump.
Right.
I cannot.
Yes.
And I hope that you won't either. So I'm going to do my best to help you do that for free. I don't even need your insurance card to do it. You're listening to The Think Tank right here on B94.9 WATV. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Straight back in we go. It's Lady Wu. This is the station for the community. There are 2 shows on this station that do the same thing. Very similar concepts. I have been hosting the Abby Award-winning Vital Show every Sunday night for the past 17 years. It will turn 18 April 6th, 2026. And along that ride, I have picked up some people, some great people, and one of them is in here with me right now. Jonathan Haddon, J-Hat.
What's up, Birmingham?
Yep. So you can catch us on Sunday nights at 7. And you can catch the Think Tank as you do every day right here at 3. And sometimes we switch roles. I don't let nobody else host the show, though. Not Vital. Nope. But Chris doesn't mind us coming in here doing our thing when he has to do other things. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for sharing your comments and what you've been thinking, what you've been experiencing. And we're going to keep it going. So I'm bringing everybody in the conversation. Let's bring it homie in. We're going to keep it going. Tommy Tuberville, I'm going to jump straight to that. Then we're going to go into some of the other notes that I've taken throughout the day. U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville has introduced a bill that would make rideshare platforms ineligible for government contracts if the entity's drivers are not proficient in English. The legislation, dubbed the Understanding Basic English Requirements Act of 2025, that boy called it Uber. He did not think of that. Somebody else thought about that. Nevertheless, it's called Uber.
AI.
That's kind of dope, though, ain't it? That boy said, Understanding Basic English Requirements, the Act of 2025, would ban any non-compliant rideshare company from receiving a federal contract for 5 years. Then he said this: America is an English-speaking country. If you want to live and work in the United States, you need to be able to speak and read our language. Too many Americans have been killed. Here we go. Too many Americans have been killed as a result of relaxed standards and illegal immigrants who do not speak or read English and are driving on our roads. Rideshare companies, especially those that receive taxpayer funding, have an obligation to vet the drivers who are transporting American citizens on our roads. I'm proud to introduce this legislation as another guardrail to keep Americans safe on the road. The bill also provides that prospective drivers know English well enough to converse with the general public. Laws enforcement officials, that's what they wrote, understand American highway traffic signs, respond to official inquiries, and make entries on reports and records in English. In October, Tuberville co-sponsored similar legislation concerning English proficiency with a bill that requires commercial driver's licenses and the test to only be performed in English. Okay. I'm through reading it like that. Tommy Tuberville in Alabama says that your Uber driver and anybody else that picks you up on these American roads in Alabama for sure needs to speak English.
English.
Am I mad at that?
No, you can't be.
Okay. Because baby, speak English. But seriously, like, I think a lot of these messages and a lot of these bills and, you know, what's being put in place is more about who's saying it and who's doing it.
Right.
Tuberville, you had to throw them illegal immigrants. You had to throw that in there.
Facts. And that's what they want to do.
That's what this is. Oh my goodness. So I know you talk about ride sharing
all the time.
You speak English.
I do.
So you're not going to be impacted by this.
No, but it's a whole lot of them is.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I've never gotten in a car with anybody that was non-English speaking.
Oh, it's a whole lot of foreigners. A whole lot of
They've been foreign and they spoke English. They were not illegal immigrants or aliens, as our administration likes to say. Even when I'm up north or when I'm up in other places riding, they have even played music that I didn't understand what they were saying. That kind of made me a little nervous. But get me from here to there.
But it's a difference in being able to speak
and
speaking it according to the bill proficiently.
He can't even speak it proficiently.
I'm just saying what I'm saying. He said are not proficient.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said in the Uber Act of 2025, any non-compliant rideshare company from receiving a federal contract if they are not proficient in
English,
right, by being able to speak it or read our language.
Yeah.
Are y'all offended by that, or do you get it? Is that okay? I want to know from the people, because I want to say that it's the messenger. It's more so the messenger.
Yeah, it's him.
Okay. Because if our Congresswoman Terry Sewell said it, would we be okay with that? Or they're bigger fish to fry?
Yeah, because they're bigger fish to fry. They're trying to figure out if they speak English in a car that most people don't even talk.
Because yes, please stop the audience talking to me. Take me where I'm going.
Just take me where I'm going.
Even if I'm in a good mood. That's the small talk. I don't need it. You from here?
Yeah, because I let them talk.
If they want to, right?
Talk, we can talk.
Yeah.
If not, I'm gonna provide you this high class service from A to B.
Vacuum that back seat off. Spray a little something in here so it won't be stank. And take me where I'm going.
Take you where you're going, baby.
And have a charger back there so I can charge my phone.
Always.
All right. 994-8949. I know a lot of our listeners use rideshare, Uber, Lyft, Birmingham On Demand.
Yes.
Z-Trip. Are there others?
There's some private people that do
okay.
Is it Turo?
Mm-hmm. Where you rent the cars
and they'll drive.
So I guess the bigger piece of this of Uber Act 2025 is that the companies will be void of receiving federal contracts if. So as a individual driver, I can still go start my service.
Always.
Underlay Eba, get in here.
Yeah.
All right. If someone else said it, I would feel better. And that okay. Yeah. Okay.
What's up, Henry?
They love to say illegals, but I see them gas stations though. Oh. Oh.
Tell the truth.
Yeah. And I always have wondered, how do they get these? I want a gas station or a corner store. Why I can't get one? Read the gospel. Let's go. All right. It gets frustrating when you don't know what they are saying.
Okay.
I can take that. It is one of those bait topics to start a disingenuous argument. It is a solution looking for a problem.
Wow.
Okay, then. Okay.
Be the GPS. Exactly. Like, why do we got to talk?
Okay. But if I put it in a bill and I use it as another way, and I point this line out right here, too many Americans have been killed as a result of laxed and relaxed standards and illegal immigrants who do not speak or read English and are driving on our roads.
Is it the foreigners that's doing the murders? I would need to see some data on that.
All right. What's on your mind? 994-8949 is the number. Because I'm just trying to see. I get it, but I just probably would rather not get it from Alabama and rather not get it from Tommy Tuberville.
Right.
I think that's why I am with it. Say it to the airwaves, 994-8949. If you're a rideshare driver, or if you have fears of ride sharing because of some of the things that he presented. If you some people just really, I'm not getting nobody else's car in the backseat and I can't get out. You can get out, but you may have those fears. I will guarantee you, I've had some odd experiences, but not
bad.
No.
Yeah, and as a driver, I hadn't had one bad.
You're a good guy. Caller, you're in with the show. The Think Tank today. What are you thinking about?
Yes, I'm going to say my thoughts are kind of almost the same. It might be the messenger, but I actually agree. If you can't speak the language, read or understand the language, I mean, I'm with that. I'm sorry, but I've had too many incidents with, not trying to sound racist, but with Mexicans that seem like they don't understand or can't read the signs and stuff. And it's a hassle.
Okay. I take that. So you said, like you said, not to sound racist or nothing, but this has been my experience, and I get it.
I've never seen a Mexican driving for Uber though. I would be interested for the caller to expound on that one.
Like there was a personal experience in a ride share,
right?
Or just in a general situation. No, that's me speaking on English.
Yeah. So if the callers call back and elaborate, that would be cool.
Caller.
Yes.
You want? I'm
gonna say I've had that actually in both. I'm gonna say in person, just personally on the road and in an Uber. So, wow. I mean, yeah.
Here in Birmingham.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been picked up by a Mexican American or a Mexican immigrant. I don't know. Like, I hadn't asked, can I see your green
Let
card.
me see your card.
I didn't really think that was necessary. I mean, your picture's here. That is not Tommy Tuberville calling in to tell us why he wrote this Uber ad. But like I've seen, they send you the name, they send you the license plate.
Right.
Y'all cleared him to drive.
Did a background.
Yeah, so.
And it's not the easiest to pass, especially for Lyft.
Okay, couple more comments on this one because I just wanted to tell y'all what was happening in Alabama. I think that there are other things to be concerned with, but this is what Tommy Tuberville wants to talk about. He ain't trying to talk about these. He is on what he's on as far as the healthcare and what our people are asking for. They can speak English and still kidnap you in a ride share. Thank you, Ashley. It needs to be a requirement to know some English to fully communicate with people. I do ride share for a living, and I get some foreign folks every now and then. And then I guess that there will be some communication barriers if we're speaking literally 2 different languages or you don't understand. Put that address in. I'm going to take you here, and I'm going to drop you off.
Real simple.
Have a good day. Adios. Jumbo. Konnichiwa. Like, okay. All right. People know English and can't drive and read. You right. You all right. Okay. That's what Tommy Tuberville wants to do. That's what he wanted to do. That's what he's been down there writing. That's what he's been working.
I really don't see that one passing, but hey.
That boy had his notebook and was like, you know what? Uber. UBER 2020. Let's see. What could this stand for? Boy, shut up. Find something else to do, sir. So that's what he did. That's how he came up with that. That boy said Uber 2025 has nothing to do with the government reopening him. But I'm gonna tell you what the people are saying. In exchange for a promise. Okay. We fall in love with potential every day, and that's how we keep getting our hearts broken. Because I saw the best in him. I thought I could work with him. She was trying. No more potential. No more promises. Do it up front. But we got some Democrats that are kind of shifting. They saying we're willing to reopen the government and vote how we need to vote. If you promise us, that sounds crazy as hell. But if you promise us that you're gonna do what we need you to do.
Don't do it.
Like what? Who raised you? You don't do business on no promises. Hey, sign right here. Let me see your pinky. Let's do that. Let's get a video recorded. Let's get that. I'm not trusting you. In exchange for my vote, I'm just gonna take a promise.
Don't do it.
What does that come with? This is for endorsing a short-term federal funding bill. If y'all just promise me that you're gonna look out, I vote yes. And we can go ahead and get this show back on the road. No. I stood on business this long. I'm not going to take a promise to get off of it.
We need to see some proof.
What?
Show me something.
Oh, 994-8949. Say it to the airways because I'm saying what I'm saying, but you may be saying something totally different. You may be a federal employee, a government worker that's like, look, Dana, this is serious business. I'm not going to even call you by your air name, your nickname. I'm going to call you by your legal name because I don't have a check and life is getting difficult and they need to stop playing over the government. That may be what you say. And if I were in your position, I don't know what I would be saying. But what I'm saying today, in a position not too far from yours, is keep standing on that. I said what I said. We said what we said. And I'll vote 15 times if you don't get it right. Like if you want these American people to pay $1,000 for healthcare to go to the doctor and get medicine, we're not going to vote. Yeah, we're not. No. All right. What are y'all saying? What y'all talking about? You would have to be. Oh, no, she said. Let's see. Courtney coming in here. I guarantee that idiot did not write the bill nor come up with the name. I didn't say that. Courtney said that. All right. Let me see. Democrats don't need to cave. The Republicans lie too much, and I don't trust them.
Exactly.
So it's just like I'm in a relationship. Like you've seen You have seen, you've experienced things. I have to break it down in that way because that's where everybody can relate. DMR, dating, mating, and relating. We all can see these pictures. We can see these images vividly. Man, babe, I told you I was gonna do better. I told you I was gonna do better. I promise. Okay, well, come on back. All this stuff I had folded, I put it back in the drawer. You can come back. Then you get back in here and you worse than you were when you left.
Yep.
Now you really showing out because I foolishly let you back in knowing that you were not going to keep your promise. Y'all get it now? You understand? Okay, cool. Now we're on the same page. You got to do more than promise me. You got to. You got to do more than make a promise. And I don't know who even told you that made sense to start that as a negotiation.
My boy.
Just go over there and promise them.
And first of all, you can't believe anything they say because everything they say, they backtrack. Second of all,
and we've seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
For history.
Okay.
But just even this year. And then now, you ain't gonna reopen. You ain't gonna negotiate.
I ain't gonna do none of it.
And I'm supposed to take a promise with you to negotiate.
Here's a promise ring, J-Hat.
No.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna go all the way.
That's a bad girl. I'm telling you. With everything she has, she ain't interested.
Oh, so if I give you a promise ring, with this ring,
I'm gonna do it all.
Not ID wed, but I promise you.
Don't do it, bro.
I promise I am. So how y'all feel about that? Like, I'm clapping real big for the Democratic Party because there was some major wins over the past, the election day the other day.
It was.
We're gonna get into that. But that kind of sound a little crazy. Just make a promise. And I never make a promise that I can't keep.
Same mind.
That ain't me. All right. Hold the line, Democrats. Hold the line. Hold the line. Don't give up. All right. Good afternoon to the Think Tankers, friends, and listening audience. Thank you, Miss Joanne, for greeting everyone and making your presence known. All right. Kara said, "This is crazy. Care for me, care." How you? I know it. If you put it in there in some lyrics, I know it. It is crazy. So if y'all just make a promise, we'll open the government back up. I want to know what all the promise consists of. So we got to see what all the ask was, because sometimes a promise is worth banking on. Or is it ever? Can you ever bank on a promise? I'm going to go to the phone lines and see what the caller thinks. Caller, you're in with the Think Tank. What do you think?
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I am making it. Thank you. No, I don't think that they should open the government back up. And the reason I say that is, like you say, if you look at the way that they've done things in the past, they would lie just to get what they want and then go back to the way things were before. And the reason I don't think the Democrats are going to open the government back up or are going to go ahead and negotiate to open it back up is because these healthcare increases that they're talking about are really going to hurt people.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about 40 million people kicked off, and then anybody else who can afford to stay on it and try to get health care are going to end up paying 150% more in premium. It doesn't make sense. So, no, I think they need to stick to their guns. And I think my grandson, I think what's scaring them now is the fact that Newsom got that bill passed with as much as he got it passed with in California, which means there's 5 seats that the Democrats are going to automatically pick up. Pelosi just announced she's going to end up retiring. She's not running for re-election.
Yep.
So if they keep that seat and they can get a couple more states to promise to do the same thing that California did, Republicans are going to be in trouble. And, the first thing they're going to do if the Democrats take over the House is they're going to end up impeaching Trump big time. And this time it'll probably stick.
Come on.
It can stick if we get a few more votes in the Senate. It can literally stick.
Well, but the thing is, everybody's talking about Article 25, which means the only thing they're doing is they're trying to get rid of him, saying he has committed high crimes and misdemeanors. But there's Article 2, Section 4, And that one, you get rid of his whole cabinet, everybody at one time. And a lot of people don't know about that. Look it up. It's about a paragraph to read. And look at Article 2, Section 4 of the Constitution.
Article 2.
Anyway, I won't hold you.
Section 4.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we do appreciate that. Be sure to tune in and call in on Sunday nights too. Because I like that. I like that type of call right there. Like, give me something, tell us something. Teach me something. That's why the phone lines are open. 994-8949. What's on your mind? What you've been thinking about? There should not be promises without it being in black and white. All right.
Absolutely.
People are tired of Trump BS. And then this one here. I am proud of TSA workers for calling in. Now, yes. How does that impact everything else? So you talk about travel, you want the rideshare drivers to all speak English. You got to shut down flights and everything. You're dibbling and dabbling and everything and messing it up. And like my boy said earlier, messing it up and creating problems, trying to y'all caused these problems. You didn't have to cause these problems. You could have done the normal for the people thing. We wouldn't be in this position. So you're trying to fly. You got a flight somewhere. You're trying to go somewhere. And if you're just joining, Delta, Southwest, and United Airlines are among the airlines that have preemptively canceled some flights as the Trump administration plans to begin reducing air travel today. Maybe tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. If no deal is reached to end the government shutdown. So tomorrow, if nothing happens tomorrow, the government, the flights will be canceled. So if you got somewhere to go, you might want to gas up. And I don't like driving nowhere, so I ain't going nowhere till they figure it out. Air traffic will be cut by 10% at 40 busy airports due to the shortage of air traffic controllers who are working without pay. And remember, they just needed air traffic controllers to come back because they didn't have enough.
Exactly.
I just came back. Now you're not going to pay me? I could have kept doing what I was doing. I was working over here fine. And now y'all want to play. The Trump administration is also considering a 4% reduction in flights starting tomorrow, increasing by 1% each day. The shutdown drags on. An airline official familiar with the proposal told CNN that President Donald Trump said he believes air travel is safe. That's why the Federal Aviation Administration is set to reduce flights. A top air traffic controller union leader says the industry is experiencing unprecedented resignations as workers received another $0 paycheck. You give me a $0 paycheck, I'm turning it all over. I'm going to take a plane home. Come get it.
Yeah. I'm moving somebody out the seat.
Stop playing with me. Stop. Damn playing. $0. That's like, you want me to go off.
Yeah.
You direct deposit say zero. Man.
But it's the second one.
Oh, my Lord. Okay.
No, it's the third one. Their last full check was the last week of September.
Yeah, and it says zero. I'm coming to the White House.
I'm gonna go party in your empty
in the lot over there with the wing at the East Wing. Yeah, I won't move. I shall not be moved. All right.
Stand still.
You hear me? I'm standing 10 toes down since I can't fly nowhere. 994-8949 is the number. Call in and get these comments going. The government is pimping due to the Republican lies and dedication to make sure the 1% get their tax breaks. So that's what all this is about.
Correct.
Everything that we're experiencing is because the 1% has been promised some things.
$1 trillion cut.
Trillion. How many is that?
A lot of them millions.
What?
We're trying to count to one.
Yeah. You ought to see how hard I be holding on to $1,000. And you talking about how many trillion?
A whole bunch of your thousands.
Boy, y'all wouldn't be it, man. I free all my sons. But look, that's LaShawn. That's a great recap of all of this, my friend, Miss LaShawn Hampton Thompson. The government is pimping due to the Republican lies and dedication, which in turn, because of this conversation here, we're going to call them promises. The promises that have been made to make sure that the 1% gets their tax breaks. Jahad, what you feel?
Man, I was talking to some brothers, black Republicans, MAGAs,
Really?
and they're not phased. You know, they took it a way back. So this conversation, I'll just come to the tax cuts. Said they deserve this because they create so much to revenue in the economy. And I said,
Where to where?
To the economy.
Mm.
I said, oh, so they deserved a break, but they don't pay the same tax I do. I'm trying to see how I pay more taxes than them
on this little
what
$30,000 a year.
Yeah, what other cuts y'all need? You got 35,000 times the cuts of me. What cuts do you need? But you know, I say this in all sincerity, like they can go without a check because they write them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I can go without a whole lot of checks.
Congress can literally go without a check because their 1 month salary is like 2 households put together. And I'm talking about a family, husband and wife.
You mean the Congress people that were elected by the general people?
175, meaning you making about 14, 15 bands a month. Get that up and feed these people.
Yeah, now that right there once again will make me hitchhike, because clearly we can't get your flight. Hitchhike to DC and have a conversation. Somebody gonna talk to me today.
Like, make it make sense.
Have we make it make sense? Have we heard anything else about the National Guard?
I haven't heard anything.
Haven't been talking about that because now I'm gonna go over here and cause some more chaos and confusion. So I'm not. So we ain't talking about that right now. Right now, we are just talking about the things I want to talk about and what I want to do and what I got my people doing in their states, and that's all we talking about. I didn't want the man in New York to win, and he won. So now I got to figure out what I'm gonna talk about. What else I'm about to go mess up? That's Trump talking. What else am I gonna do? Well, who else can I put in a bad crunch? Well, food stamps. That ain't gonna work because the judge said you gotta get these folks a full November payment.
That's what he said.
So we're gonna tap into that. And then, like I said, whatever you've been thinking about, whatever you've been talking about, you can talk about it right here with us on V94.9 WATV in the Think Tank. I am Lady Wu. You are
Jonathan Hatton, better known as J Hat.
Mm-hmm. And we are in this think tank thinking and talking. And when we finish talking, we're going to be working too. We got to move on what we say. So I'm going to tell you about an event that I'm sure you've been hearing about. I want to see y'all out. I get tired of just telling you about stuff and y'all don't show up and then be like, I ain't know. I'll tell you about it as soon as we come back. Right here on V94.9 WATV. V94.9 WATV. It's Lady Wu, J Hat from the Abby Award-winning show, which airs right here on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. It's called The Show because people are like, you still do the show? The show? What a show? It's called Vital, a.k.a. Vital, The Show. And sometimes we're here in the day, and we're holding it down for Chris Coleman today. He'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, no, I ain't going to do no tank on no Friday because it's time to get in them streets on Fridays. Other things to do. But right now, we're going to keep it vital and look at what's happening around the world. Got some people that have been on hold for a minute. Here I am, y'all. Thanks for holding. What's on your mind?
Good afternoon to you, wonderful young folk.
Hey there, young brother.
I want to answer the question that you asked some time ago. I guess it went over everybody's head.
Okay.
You asked the question, lady, is it okay to accept a promise? Mm-hmm. And my answer would be this. If you're dealing with someone that you know to be honest, have good character and integrity, if they make a promise to you, you can pretty much count on them fulfilling it, would you not agree?
Okay, I do agree.
So if you're dealing with a bunch of liars and people that have shown you who they are, you cannot trust in anything that they say or any promise that they would make because you know that their integrity is not there and they will lie. So in certain circumstances, you can accept promises from people, but when people show you who they are, you have to believe them and know for yourself who that person you're dealing with is, and is their word is viable or valuable to you in the situation that you find yourself in. Honesty, integrity shows in people's actions and in their daily walk of how they go about fulfilling their obligations to others. Would you not agree?
I totally agree.
And I thank you for the question because it's very vital. And a lot of our people get confused on issues like this. But that was a dynamite question that you asked. And the fact is that you can depend on some people giving you their word and they're going to keep what they said they were going to do.
I thank you, Mr. Frey. I appreciate
Everybody's not the same and everybody's not born to be liars and deceivers. But when you know who people are, you have to believe them.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Y'all have a great evening. Thanks. Enjoying the show as always.
Thank you.
All right, bro, Fred.
Caller, you're in with the show. What's on your mind?
Hello?
Yeah, what's on your mind?
Lady Wu.
Hey.
Hey, I've been missing y'all on Sundays, but now you told me it's 7 o'clock. I've been looking for y'all at 8 and 9. I've been missing y'all. So, it's 7 o'clock.
It's 7. And then we've been in these streets the past couple of weeks. Classic. You're going to be outside.
Okay.
But we'll be back. Back. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Just care, you know what I'm saying? I typed in one, care for me.
Yeah.
Care for me, yeah.
I wish you.
Hey, listen, look, didn't you used to work for 95.7?
I did.
Did you come in with that first wave, like when y'all first came to Birmingham? You was there?
I was like in the 3rd grade.
Oh, okay.
I was there for 15 years, though. I was at the station for 15 years, and then the day that the pandemic started, I signed on here at V94.9 WATV, and the first thing that I brought was the show. So yeah, that is how I got here, and I've been here ever since. 994-8949 is the number. 994-8949 is the number. We are just talking about what's on your mind as far as what these politics are doing and what the government is doing, how people are being impacted directly, indirectly, and what the community is doing. While I have your attention on that, on the 12th, November 12th, we are going to be partying on the block. It's a Feed the Block party. And I appreciate the concept. I'm all about festiveness and celebration. And even in the time of sadness, one thing that you can celebrate is community. We can always celebrate coming together and being able to just be in the space together. So we're going to do that next Wednesday, November 12th, from 2 to 6, right here at the radio station. Your admission is non-perishable food items, if you can, because right now, everybody can't. Non-perishable meaning that these are items that will not go bad in a week or two. Like not frozen stuff, not fresh stuff, not frozen or fresh, but non-perishable, boxed, canned, those type things. Bottled water. For the children, Capri Suns,
Right.
snack crackers, things like that. And what we're going to do is give our donations or your donations collectively to our food banks here in the community. So many partners, and I like the concept of the churches being involved. Like there are several churches. They had yours is one of them.
Yeah.
Mama Round North Pratt, Antioch in Pratt, Mount Zion, The Star, Livingstone's Temple, 1918 Catering, Commissioner Sheila Tyson, Bush Lawn Funeral Home, and Hill on Wheels. We're all going to come together to feed the block. Chris Coleman will be spinning live. Y'all know I'm going to get on that mic, turn that thing up, 2 to 6.
You want some crowd control.
I'm gonna control that crowd, the energy conductor, because the energy has to be positive for that. So if we have any workers who have been down in the dumps, like come out. It's not gonna just be twerking and turning up, but for real, some words of motivation. All these pastors that's here, we probably end up praying at some point, I'm sure, or some spiritual food as well. But come out. We're gonna party with a purpose Wednesday from 2 till 6. You can just pull up and drop off, or you can hang around for a bit. It'll be a good time. So be sure to get in on that. But that leads me to ask this question. So I saw this question on social media.
Okay.
Something happens and it gives businesses and organizations a chance to pop out and say, oh, we doing something. We are doing something. We were a part of the solution. The post was like, is the problem even that big yet? Or are you all creating fear mongering? Are you just kind of like riding the wave of let's give away some food? And we,
let me just ask this question.
Okay.
How many people have food stored up for 2 months?
Okay,
exactly.
Yeah.
It took you too long.
Yeah, like 2 whole months. Like I'm breaking down my freezer and my refrigerator now, and like the things that we buy that we don't touch. I'm that kind of shopper too, where sometimes I see some, we're gonna try that, or I'm gonna get a couple of these, and it'll be on the shelf. If I cooked everything that I have, I probably could last a month.
Okay.
I wouldn't be happy either.
We're going into month 2 because they didn't get money in October. Because people forget we have 2 sides to this equation, right?
Okay.
So you have the federal workers who haven't gotten paid, and then you have the SNAPs who just got cut off. And most people eat their food in the month.
Yeah.
Right. So now it's time to re-up, and my money is not there.
Okay.
So yeah, they need their food. They need food.
The idea of like the lines being wrapped around buildings and stuff like that for people to pick up a food box.
But it's 25,000 people in Birmingham alone.
Okay.
I'm sure that's a line.
Okay.
Would you agree?
Yeah. Okay. Break
Even
it
if
down.
A third of them showed up.
Okay.
It's a line.
You show up to my job and you give me a plate.
I got a line.
And okay, so the line is on one side, but you as the giver, are you really making an impact?
And my thing is everybody's making an impact.
Okay.
Because each one reach one. You have to do it. And so it may not be a big impact, a big explosion of, hey, I served 20,000 people, but if you serve 200 of the 23,000, we can work to the next one.
Okay.
And we keep that momentum.
All right. I'm just wondering, y'all, because I saw that and I kind of was like,
You thought about it?
I did. I had to pause because you can do this now. And so what I did say was we should pace ourselves as organizations and givers, because I was also thinking like, if I spend $1,000 and go buy that much of non-perishable food items, whatever I decide to get, what does that look like? That's not my area of creativity to create a food box for a family and then think that they're going to be okay off of that box for more than a meal and some leftovers. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, think about the COVID boxes.
Yeah.
How long did they last?
And then folks so picky. You're too picky. I don't eat that. We only eat these. I don't eat leftovers. I don't do it. Baby, get this box.
They looking in the boxes trying to figure out. So yeah. But the boxes normally we're giving out at least 2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. You needed a box. You might not need it that second day, but by that third or fourth day, you need another box.
That makes sense. So that makes sense. So if everybody jumps in at one time and says, hey, we're going to have a food drive, we're going to give out free meals, are you going to run it back? What if the government stays closed?
So I think it's this food truck did it this time. The next one can do it the next time. And we just keep it rolling.
Okay.
Because what did it look like on the business?
I mean, just from the comments, you had to check the comments. The comments said it looks like tax write-offs.
Okay.
But I'm like, you got to buy it too to write it off. You got to get it first to write it off.
So somebody's making a sacrifice.
I mean, bring your SNAP card and receive this. Bring your government employee ID and receive that. And so from somebody and from a lot of people that aren't in either of those groups, are we really understanding the fullness of what's happening? Because I saw a food stamp card on the ground in Gardendale.
Wow. And
I just looked at it. I was like, by now I'm sure they've canceled this. I wasn't gonna use it. Like, I'm not gonna use it. They don't know the passcode anyway. But somebody said you can use it online. I said, oh, damn, I didn't think about that. But at the same time, I'm like, I can't even, it doesn't matter if I use it or not if nothing's on. I don't, you know what I'm saying? So like just all the different things that came with the value of a food stamp. Like if you would have gotten a food stamp, like a little dollar bill back in the day, you may have had something. Yeah. But right now where it's all loaded onto a card and you had to have used it by November 1st.
Right.
No value. No. And so imagine being dependent on that card for what you eat.
That part.
There was a time when I'm waiting on my 256 to drop. Cause I was making minimum wage, but I was climbing the ladder. I was I wasn't even new in radio. It just wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. And I always worked another job.
Okay.
And my daughter needed to eat. And so did I.
Yeah. So you made her do what it do, right?
I'm about to go and apply and make every one of these appointments that you asked for my updates. And I'm not going to lie. This is the truth. This is how much I make.
What about the people who are in these lines? Because I saw this other post too.
Mm-hmm.
People are in the lines that don't need to be.
That's what I'm talking about.
That, yeah.
How you even get in this line? So the proof, the verification. So when you go back to thinking about people that are talking about benefits and you think about the argument from the government, cutting wasteful spending.
It's a good argument.
Like the arguments are good, but then, oh man, you see how it impacts the people. So look, right here, right on time, Courtney. We're going to have to invite Courtney to be a panelist. We're going to get you to fill out an application. He said, yep, SNAP reduction was in Project 2025. Don't feed them. Stop feeding them. Because when you stop feeding them, then they'll start dying. Then it'll be less of them.
Yeah. You got to they're trying to weed off.
Just like if we don't have insurance and I can't get my medication.
Weed them off.
What? I know you lying.
But them premiums finna affect everybody, not just Marketplace.
Cooper Green, I'm on the way, baby. 994-8949 is the number. 994-8949 is the number. You need to be thinking ahead because we got until like December 1st, I think. They need to come up with a solution, and it better not. I can't go to the doctor and get my refills on no promises. Ms. Plus wants their money for my prescriptions. My doctor wants their money for my visit.
Right.
The pharmaceutical companies want whatever they get.
Everybody want to eat.
Yeah, Blue Cross Blue Shield, they want their money. Aetna, United Healthcare.
So yeah,
Signal.
SNAP was in Project 2025.
And it's getting snapped out of there. However, the judge said, no, you're going to have to fill their cards for November. But then what? And then what? 994-8949 is the number. Have you been affected? Are you been affected indirectly? Have you been able to eat and pay bills and maintain during the government shutdown? Has it not impacted you at all? In any way? Longer hold times when you call anybody about financial aid, the IRS, any of them. Yeah, I want this money. You need to answer this phone. Somebody need to be getting paid to work. The VA, Veterans Affairs. Who else? All the places that are governmental entities.
Yeah. I mean, I have 3 members alone. And
Mhm.
that's not, I haven't even surveyed everybody. Just 3 that came up real quick. Like, boom.
We have one right now. And then, like I said, I have some clients who have expressed like, I ain't been paid, Ms. Wu. Oh wow. I didn't even know who was a part of it. Trump said, I am king. I don't have to obey laws. Okay, well, let's go to this. Let's go to this article that my brother called in about. He said, Article 2, Section 4, the president, vice president, and all civil officers of the United States shall be removed from office on impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. That's really basic. That just says what it is. So they gotta be impeached and then convicted.
Correct.
Didn't that happen?
No. Impeach, yes. Convicted, no.
Oh, okay. The judicial power of the United States shall be vested in one Supreme Court and in such inferior courts as the Congress may from time to time ordain and establish. The judges, both of the Supreme and inferior courts, shall hold their offices during good behavior and shall at stated times receive for their services a compensation which shall not be diminished during their continuance in office. So basically, we're going to pay the judges. That's what they said. It's a lot to read, but we need to know it. And I feel like if you're going to be the president of the United States and you take an oath to go by this, the moment that you don't, you should be extradited.
Say send them away.
Yeah, just go somewhere else because you don't follow the laws of the land that you say you're the king of. You got to go. You have to get away. All right.
King makes up laws as they go.
Yeah, just write it on the back of a napkin and say, now follow this.
Yep.
994-8949. Y'all better get those last comments in, last thoughts and feelings. And we're going to talk about how you can maintain in the midst of all of this. Because to be honest with you, on a daily basis, I have to get recaps as I choose. I don't want no alerts. You know, as a journalist, it used to be where I wanted all breaking news alerts. I wanted it. I was signed up for them. I would, all of that. In the past, maybe 6 years. When while Biden was in, I wanted to know last Trump term. I was like, yeah, it's enough of y'all covering it. I'm good. I got other stuff I need to be focused on. This is very negative and could be stressful if you don't have those boundaries set. So that's how we're going to close the show for the second half, giving you some tips and tools and kind of hearing your heart on how you have been dealing with and living in the United States as we know it. All right, more comments. He may be the king, but he has to answer to a higher power, God Almighty. All right. He thinks he is a single decision maker. I mean, they let him. And January 6th should have been the end. Should have. Since January 6th wasn't illegal according to them and whatever, I don't know how he sees that. What if when is his thing? His program?
Which one? Trump? As far as
his inauguration.
The inauguration?
Yeah.
Oh, he's already inaugurated. That was last year.
That was last year. So can't do anything. We can't show up. Ain't nothing we can do. When the ballroom open? He said it was gonna be quick.
I hadn't seen no dates on that, but I looked at the money.
I'm joking, guys. I'm joking.
Look how much money that is.
Yeah, and where'd that come? Well, he paid for it. He investors.
Yeah. But why would you not want to put that into this account?
Because I don't care. Okay. Eat healthy, not wealthy.
Speaking of which, this may be the time where community gardens should be our thing.
Okay, absolutely.
Grow our own food.
Some of these neighborhoods do have some high quality, very nice, well kept gardens. Fountain Heights has a very nice one. Bush Hills has one. I've seen them in other areas. I have seen them. My office parking lot has one. It's a community garden, Birmingham. So there are some people that are thinking in that direction. Is it enough to feed all the people?
Nope, but we need to get there.
Okay. We got to start somewhere. Republicans aren't used to being told no. That's something else that I wanted to tap into. You see how people respond when they're used to having their way, and when they don't get it, they can't take accountability for why you're not getting this. Not because I'm being mean to you. You're not getting this because you're not rational. You're not thinking about other people. You're being selfish and self-centered. You're not concerned. You don't show empathy. So you're not going to get it. You don't understand that? And they're like, no, we don't understand. No. From the president on down. I heard a senator, a lady senator, I don't even know her, but she was just like the men. She was like Katie Britt, but she from somewhere else. Okay. She had the same energy. And I was like, girl, where to make y'all at? But she was just like, you know, they've been putting on this grandstand. The Democrats have been putting on this show, and now they don't know what now they want to exit stage right, is what she said. Now They want to exit stage right and come to a grand solution to a problem that they started. And I remember a few Sundays ago, you said that we didn't have to be here.
No, we didn't have to be here.
Who is that on?
It's on both of them.
Okay, so you still stand on it?
I still stand on it.
Okay.
Now, I think that the fight is a good fight, but you should have fought it in March because people would have had time to prepare. They knew they was going to do this. That's the point. The Republicans were already deborn. So if you didn't think that they was going to compromise, why did you sign the CR in March, which is the same CR? It's like literally the same CR.
Just put a different date on it.
Just a different and it's the one that the Democrats rolled in. So I get it. I guess you can stand on principle,
but not promises.
But yeah, you can't stand on the promise because they're going to take their word how they see it.
So, okay, what happened? The reason that we did get to this point, like if it could have happened in March, but it didn't, was it a promise made then, or what was made?
Yeah,
what happened?
They basically did it in good faith. And so in good faith, we're going to work with you. We're going to do. And when we get here now, hey, we're not going to bail you out twice. You know, it took them a while to get to that point to do the CR in the first place. We were talking about shutting down back around Christmas.
And what's the CR?
Continuing resolution. It's basically a temporary spending bill.
Okay.
Yeah,
and its power is granted to whom?
Well, the House does it.
Okay.
Because all the appropriations start in the House. The Senate has to, because you got to have both houses, then you send it to the president to sign. That's how bills become laws.
So this is why it's important to have the right House representative, the correct senator.
Yeah.
You don't want to just send somebody because you know them from church or
there was a coach.
Yeah, no, yeah, they coached you, but then they ain't even like you. You didn't know they didn't. You knew it was something weird about him. You know, because you thought you heard him say a word that what he should have called you when you didn't make the play, but Coach wouldn't have done that. Coach did that.
Yeah, he was about that life.
I ain't gonna talk about him on air. Okay, so that is how that is how we got here.
Yeah, I mean they've been fighting the time, but they should have never bailed him out the first time. I hope they would have. I was hoping they would have stood their ground before he came in office, because that was the issue when he came in office.
Okay, I said what I said. We got to learn how to stand on what we said, especially if we believe it, we mean it. Stand on it. Don't waver, and then don't prolong it. Once again, let me connect this to relationships. I said what I said 2 years ago. And here we are. We didn't kick this can all the way down here. And here we are in worse condition than we were when we started, when I said it the first time.
Because you waited.
I was trying to give you a chance. In good faith. That's the phrase you use.
That's what we said.
Okay. In good faith. I just knew you were going to figure this out. You saw that I was ready. You saw. I told you. I drafted these papers up. I just didn't go file them.
Bingo.
Now, I'm locked down. I ain't giving you nothing. We ain't sharing nothing. I hardly speak in the morning. And I'm waiting on you to say something first. I ain't giving in. I'm waiting on you to say something, but I already said what I said. So all I got to do is act. All I had to do was act in the beginning. Okay. Y'all get it now? Once again, the relational connection. This is how we see things anyway. This is how we deal with things on a smaller level, like one-on-one. You've been playing in my face. I gotta cut you.
Bingo.
All right. 2 minutes in this portion of the show, and then we have one more small half of the think tank on this great Thursday. It's a thinking Thursday, a therapy Thursday. And in the final part, we're going to give you tips as to how you can be okay no matter what's going on. When you don't see our mouths moving, or you see our mouths moving and you don't hear us if you're watching on the virtual, it's because we're saying cuss words. No, it's because we're in commercial break and we just mute the mics. That's all. Okay. We're still here. So don't go anywhere. Keep it locked. Share what you see. Let people know that we're here and they can call in and talk about whatever they've been thinking about as far as politics, the government, health and wellness, what's happening in education, like all of the many things that we've heard about. Like 1 week at a time, we hear something new. We heard about Tylenol for 1 week. We heard about autism for another week. We heard about HBCUs going away. Then Jeff Bezos' ex-wife started dropping bombs on her, like big money. Oh man, they said Jeff Bezos must be a racist, and his ex-wife is just going against what
Everything. Yeah.
Drop it, baby. Drop it like it's hot. That's happening. So you hear about all of these things 1 week at a time, and then you don't hear about it anymore. You hear about the National Guard in Chicago, the National Guard in D.C., the National Guard in Memphis. I ain't heard about none of that no more. Just stop talking about it. Go create another problem.
Yeah. We'll turn to the World Series.
Okay. Let's just go do something else. Let's get them talking about something else. So this is your opportunity to talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about, whatever you need to talk about. Something that you feel like we haven't talked about enough. You know, I don't like the fact that people don't talk about this. What is that? Hit us up and let us know. 994-8949. It's the Think Tank right here on V94.9 WATV. If you call during the break, we are still here. We're not going anywhere until we go. If you see us, we're still here. We'll be right back. I get it. Chris Coleman, this is his hour. His 2 hours. You know, little thing says he's the voice of the community. I get it. That's cool. You can do that in your time. But I'm on every day. 12 to 3. Lady Wu's Midday Fun Shui. And then on Sunday nights with my crew, the Abby Award-winning show, 7 p.m. on Sundays. Unless we are literally in the community. So like this Sunday, we'll be in the community for the final installment of the Safe Summer Series in the fall. Summer's long gone. I was delayed a little bit due to the runoff election. So, I had to get through that. They got through that. And so we're going to wrap it up. Sunday, Land Park, 3 p.m. Our own Big Row Williams is a part of that show. Okay. So be sure to check us out for that. And then Wednesday, remember, we are here at the station from 2 to 6 for the Feed the Block Party. Non-perishable food items. Okay. Come out. Meet and greet, bring something to eat, non-perishable food items, things that will not go bad. All right, so as we get ready to wrap and get out of here, we've talked about several things. The Uber legislation that Tubby presented. We talked about we the people and just the beginning of the Constitution, just the preamble itself and what it says that this document is for, how it is to govern. We didn't go all the way through it. That's a whole series of things. That's something we could look at later on. But like right now, we didn't go all the way through it. However, it's a blueprint. And my thoughts are that if you're going to be a president, vice president, or any of those, you should know this. It should be a class on it that you should attend so that you won't be right here thinking that you can just do what you want to do. All right. 994-8949 is the number. Last chance to get your thoughts and feelings in about whatever you've been thinking about as it pertains to the United States of America, Birmingham, Alabama, the earth, whatever it is you've been thinking about, your workplace, your church, your relationships, your neighborhood, your block, your community. I don't know what you've been thinking about. And you've probably been just sitting on it because you didn't know who to talk to about it or when you could talk about it. So like right now is that opportunity. We've talked about all of the themes and topics that we wanted to address. So now is your opportunity to do so. While we wait on you, because I'll be scared to do that for whatever reason. Like if I'm listening, I'll call and be like, hey, I just want to call. What's going? Hey.
This is on my mind.
Yeah. If it's nothing, which I hardly think that, like, I ain't thinking about nothing. Something. Yes, you are. So what is that?
Come on, share it out.
Yeah. We used to do the vital vent box back in the day. The vent box used to put people in their feelings because people have a difficult time having tough conversations or hearing they getting their toes stepped on. Like if I don't want to be held accountable for something and somebody has been impacted by me or something that I did, I don't want to hear it. A lot of people function in that space. They don't want to hear when somebody is bringing something to, like, I'm talking about how I feel and what I have experienced. And it may include you, but you can't get mad at me for venting it, for talking about it. And I that used to happen a lot. But I'm like, hey, talk about it. It may be of help to you to hear what somebody has to say about what you do, what you say, how you are, how you made them feel. It's okay. So, yeah, that's that part. To the phone lines. Caller, you're in the tank.
This call will be recorded.
Who it is?
Hey, Woo.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm sorry. I'm trying not to record.
This call is no longer being recorded.
You know what? I don't like that because if it's an emergency and I'm trying to record, you told on me. I hate it. And it happens a lot too. I get it. I'm sorry. There's no help to nobody. Go ahead.
Not at all. My thought, and this is just my thought, I'm a worker at the Birmingham Social Security office. We have, I don't know how many employees up there, but in the particular entity in which I work through, we're restricted at our specific lunch and break times. So if someone comes to the building to hand out, say for instance, tomorrow, someone is coming to hand out gift cards, gas cards at 1:00.
Okay.
By the time we're able to make it out there to try to at least get in line, everything is gone.
Oh, no.
So how are we as employees that are held to the grill as far as what time we have to be in our specific workstation, able to even try to get any type of assistance, gas cards, anything. Just say, for instance, Monday, when I got to work, as soon as I pulled in the parking deck, my gas light went off. But I'm in the process of stressing about how I can pay a power bill, a water bill, XYZ, but we're not able to, even with the upcoming food drive on next week. It's from 2 to 6. Our shift doesn't end. The early shift doesn't end until 5 o'clock. The late shift doesn't end until 7 o'clock. So we're out of that bunch. What are we to do?
Wow.
Thank you for sharing that. Like that's a big piece of it. That, like what we were discussing. People, the general public doesn't know that until somebody tells us. So thank you. J Hat has something for you.
Hey, so what's it like right now outside of just the norm?
It's horrible, honestly. And like this week, I've been in, I can say, a spiritual war because I know God has me, but I have 2 kids that are in college and one at home. I can't even send my kids $20 in gas money. And one is in Kentucky, one is in Atlanta. I can't even send them gas money.
Guess what? We got call ID, so I don't know if that's your name or not, but I definitely got the number that you just called from, and I wrote it down so that we can call you when we get off the air.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We appreciate you.
But that's just something I want people to think about. I greatly appreciate any assistance, even from my coworkers that are able to take advantage of it. But for the ones that can't, it's hard.
So let me ask you this. I know y'all get like an hour break. Is that right?
Nope, 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Then you have to clock in and clock out.
Clock in and clock out.
And how do you get 2 breaks on top of that?
15-minute break in the morning, 15-minute break in the evening.
So if someone wants to bring
But that
you
30
lunch,
minutes consists, yeah. We have had people to bring up plates and things of that nature, but it's only so much that these businesses can give.
Yeah.
no, I'm
So
saying
by the time,
so
like
if
I
an
said, by
individual
the
wanted to
time,
bring you lunch.
Yes,
You can't come down and get it.
yes, I can.
Does it have to be at that time though?
12, yeah, we have specific lunch breaks.
Sound like y'all work at the prison.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
We gonna call you back, okay?
Yeah.
Hang tight.
Be
Golly.
blessed, and we're praying with you.
For real, because guess what? They got food outside. Y'all aren't paying me. I'm going to get it. Let's go back to the phone lines. Caller, you're in the tank. Hello.
What's good? How y'all doing?
Hi, we good. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. I can't complain.
What's up? What you got?
I wanted to ask a question. I don't know why I had listeners, why I had y'all on the phone. I wanted to ask a question. I'm a firearm instructor, and early in the game of it, but I'm trying to see how can I reach out to our community, because I feel like what I'm offering is something we all need, but it's something we don't know we need. If that makes sense.
It does. Okay. Well, like you just did. That's the beginning. You picked up the phone and called us, so I appreciate that part. And I have your information. You can also jump in the DM, slide in the DM, and send me a message, and we'll follow up with you.
I'll do that. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you. That's how you be vital. Right? You reach out, you say, look, I got something that I know the people need, and I'm trying to see how to get it to them. You're in the show, in the tank. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
All is well. What you got?
That's wonderful. The young lady that was just on the line, can you contact me after you get her information? I would like to be a blessing.
Sure can. Hold on. Let me see some. Hold on. Jayhead, you might want to talk while I do what I'm doing.
Okay.
I do this investigative work.
So how are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm also that Uber Bill. I'm a local on-demand driver.
Okay.
That's kind of like a two-way street, because when we pick up some of these college students or convenience store workers,
No English.
No English.
But what you be like? What are you asking them? No.
How you doing or where you going? And it's like, I don't know.
Just the basic greetings and salutations, left
Yeah.
and right. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. So I did what I needed to do. I had to tap into the handy dandy FBI
I got you.
computer. So we got your information. We're gonna circle back. I see Miss Snow's comment as well. We're gonna get the information to you.
So how does it make you feel when you're trying to talk to them? Because to me, it doesn't bother me. I do Lyft and Uber on the side.
Sometimes, especially with the males, they can be kind of rude or aggressive. Like I had a guy holler at me last week because his stopping point was 50 feet further than where I was going, where he wants to go.
Right.
And he followed you.
No, he screamed at me.
Oh.
I just stop the car and you can go on stage left.
Yeah, like how girls say stage right, stage left. Get your.
So do you support the legislation or no?
Not really. It's gonna have to be fine tuned, and it needs another sponsor.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
welcome. I got you. So we'll follow up. J-Head, I think they were asking, Mr. Glasper asked, what is it that you say that you do? He couldn't understand what you said.
I do Uber and Lyft on the side.
Yeah. And you speak English pretty well.
I hope I do.
Yeah, you should be all right. 994-8949 is the number. It is a.
Maybe he was talking about the guy.
Oh.
What did the guy call
he showed it. See, it's bedtime. The sun done went down. It's time to get to bed. I don't care if it's 1 p.m. It's dark outside. Oh, it's bedtime. The young man said that he was a firearm instructor. Yeah. That's what he said. Sorry about that. I thought he was talking about you. Okay. What else? What else y'all thinking about? These are some good calls that we've gotten in this last part of the show. That brings a lot of perspective to what's happening too, because you don't know what's really going on with people until they invite you in. So you can watch the news all day and it's just gonna say, they're just not getting paid. And I'm trying to figure, like if I'm not getting paid, but I'm going to work and I'm still doing a good job, I got to have some integrity because.
And see that to me, this is what complicates this situation.
Yeah, very much.
I still got to go to work. So I cannot get benefits that others will get even in the short term run.
So, and we wouldn't have known that if she hadn't called. Right. So that gives some perspective for us to be able to create somewhat of a short term solution.
Right.
With what we're doing on the 12th, there may be some special perks or something. I don't know. We'll think through it, but that is good to know because the people that are being impacted directly, like right now, are not getting what they need because they have to be at work, and you gotta run down the steps or catch the elevator that might take you. We know how it goes.
And one thing I want to say too, and I'm big on this. I'm so glad she called because there are a lot of people that their egos and their pride keep them silent.
Yes.
We can't help you if we don't know.
Right.
And so, like right now, 2 people have already asked, hey, how can we help?
Yeah.
If you have not because you asked not.
And there's so many people who need that just, may not be listening or whatever it is. So we are going to figure that out and figure out how to plug all these pieces in so that the people can be taken care of. Let's go back to the phone lines. Good evening. Turn your radio down. Hey there.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. Is this 94.9?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I was just listening to the radio station, and I thought this was the same lady that was talking.
This is the same lady that was talking. This is Lady Wu. Who is this? How you doing?
Okay, I'm good. I don't know. I just caught the end conversation about something going on the 12th, so I was just trying to see because I missed it. So what y'all got going on the 12th?
I like how you sound excited about it. So on the 12th, we are doing the Feed the Block party. We're going to be collecting non-perishable food items with so many partners in the community, several churches, Bush Lawn Funeral Home, Commissioner Sheila Tyson, And all of y'all, everybody can come through, party with us, but bring non-perishable food items if you can. And we're going to use those items to restock the food banks.
What time is it?
It's going to be Wednesday from 2 till 6.
Okay. Well, I don't have that stuff to bring myself.
You don't have to.
But I can bring something else,
Okay.
And that's the words of God. I just, I would love to speak to you guys about the words of God and
All right.
what's really going on in the world. And it's vital and it's very important that we know this.
Turn up.
And I feel like people need to know. And what I do is I go out and minister the words of God. But God said his word must go out from the end of Samaritan to the end of the earth. And I just want to speak with some people and let them know about God, and that in Genesis 1:26, it says, then God said, let us make man in our image. So a lot of people don't know that God is saying, he's talking to mother, let us make man in our image. Like, we're females, right? So we made in the image of mother, and the males are made in the image of father. So I'm bringing something more than money at this point. You see what I'm saying?
All
Like,
right.
this is deeper than money.
It is deeper than money. It is much deeper than money. Resources are what we have put a lot of power into, but there's definitely power in the word. So thank you for that call. Thank you for tuning in. 994-8949. Caller, you're in the tank. What you thinking?
Yes, I was calling because on the shutdown,
Yes.
I think that those airline workers from the FAA down to TSA, they not getting paid already anyway. If they would refuse to go to work and shut down the whole airline industry, shut down the skies, you want to talk about how fast them Republicans will get in there trying to open it back up? Like, we could do a whole lot, but shut down them skies and see which way it goes. Want to talk about opening the government back up? That's how we can get this government back open.
Okay.
Let them workers for the airlines stop showing up to work. They ain't getting paid already anyway.
I love it. The only thing about it is what we've already discussed about, you're not showing up right now, and then you show back up and you don't have a job.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So it becomes a personal sacrifice. You become a personal martyr for the cause. And a lot of people are not in position to do that. Now, for those that are, if you can, hey, don't show up.
I just hate it, man. I was looking at the platform. A lot of those people are signing up for Dashing, Ubering, Lyfting, right?
Mm-hmm.
But time is the most valuable commodity that we have, and you're taking 8 to 10 of it.
And then how much of that you have to do to make a full living?
Hey, it just depends on where you live.
Okay. So compared to like what you would make as a TSA agent, and then you go and now I'm gonna go and apply and be an Uber driver. Is this gonna?
It's definitely it's a filling
It's gonna
gap.
be an adjustment.
Yeah, it's a filling gap because you make what you can make while you make it.
Well, we've covered a lot of territory. We are in those 10 minutes of the total hour, so we got about 9 minutes left. If there is anything else that you can think of that you want to air, this is what I've been thinking about. This might be the solution right here, or ain't nobody ever talked about this part of the problem. And we did get some of those calls today that actually gave us another perspective on the problem, and we're going to try to figure out a solution for that. But on the other side, there are some things that we still may not be aware of or just haven't thought about. You got about now 8 minutes to do that. In the meantime, with all of this going on, like every turn you make, something is going on. Somebody is tripping. Somebody tripping somewhere. Somebody's losing something. Donald Trump, like I said, every day he's going to create some type of chaos. He is having a field day creating chaos in any way possible.
Because he want to fix it.
I got to tear it up first.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. But yeah, that's what's happening. So what are you doing to keep yourself sane in the midst of the shutdown and just every day in society? How are you keeping yourself sane? Therapy Thursdays, fast 5 minutes. First part is set healthy boundaries for everybody around you, for yourself, as far as like what you're watching, what you're listening to. how long you're gonna do it. Are you scrolling, reading news stories before you go to bed? That's not rest. Put your phone down. Go to sleep. White noise. Like, that's the first thing. A good reset, an unplug and a reset. I'm only going to take in the 5 o'clock news and the top of the day news, or either the 10 o'clock p.m. news, and then take an hour to just like let it all go.
Debrief.
Right? In the morning, I just need to watch the news to get a look at the weather and what
Traffic.
happened overnight.
And maybe traffic.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go. Or on my lunch break, I'm going to read the paper. I'm going to scroll then. So set those type of boundaries for yourself and your intake. Number 2, be mindful of who you talk to.
Absolutely.
I'm not talking to you every day if all you talk about is what's wrong with the world. Oh, all right. Now, well, I got to go. The baby crying. Well, you ain't going to I'm babysitting one today. I got to go. I'm not going to reserve space or save space or energy for negativity, just all negativity, right? So much other stuff to talk about. I'm not going to just talk about negativity. And if that is what you want to talk about, you may need to get your therapist.
Yes.
Okay.
Sign up. Jumping.
Yeah, that's 2 right there. Unplug, reset. Mind who you talk to. Be mindful of who you talk to and what you're talking about. You got one?
I would say right now, man, get healthy.
Okay. Like, really focus on self.
Really, this is a time for self-care, especially if you're being impacted, because it can consume you. So I would say, hey, hit the track. Railroad has a beautiful walk around. Get that in. Get your mind regulated. Get in shape, and you're gonna feel better about you, and your mind will get clear as you walk. I will also say this: realize that you're not alone.
At all.
Realize that you are not alone. Everybody's going through something, and even in this shutdown, remember that somebody is worse than you. And so you are not alone. And always just lean back on your community. People want to help, but you got to make yourself available to be helped.
Yeah, that part. Let people know what's really going on. Like, communicate. Talk about what's really going on. I see all the time, Facebook is not a diary. It's not. It truly isn't, right? Like, you don't need to recap your day on Facebook. You don't need to cry out about, that's not what it's designed for. Your prerogative. If you feel like that's going to if you feel like that's going to get you the results that you need, I guess. But find somebody healthy to same thing. Like, tap into the resources by being transparent about your situation. I haven't been paid since September. I don't have the support system that I may look like I have. I need the support of the community. If anybody can help me and bring me lunch today, I would greatly appreciate it. When I get back on my feet, I look out. Like, that's a post, right? That's something that you can say. Kendra said, what about leaving the country? Yeah, I bet if a lot of people had resources, they would. They would. It's the fear of change. I'm not going somewhere and I don't have the resources. I don't know nobody over there. I don't have a job over there. I'm not going over there. Yeah. So those things to think about. Quick recap. For the holidays, the challenge is to stop spending. Don't spend.
Okay.
And if you do spend, buy black. And here's what I was telling you guys about earlier. We're not asking. We're shutting it down. Mass blackout, November 25th through December 2nd. The largest economic blackout protest in U.S. history begins November 25th. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. No work, no spending, no restaurants, no projects, no events, and then to put no restaurants again. I guess they know we like to go out to eat. No backing out. Prepare for the impact. That came from Ben Crump's page, attorney Ben Crump. No work, no spending, no restaurants, no projects, no events, no backing out. I'm gonna just call him and ask him to put the exceptions on there as well. Like, if we're not gonna do this, what can we do? Is it black restaurants? Is it working for black companies? Is it no projects? I guess I don't know what he means by that. Black projects. No events.
I guess that's government.
Black events. So, okay, we'll get some clarity on that. You can check out that information on my social media all the time. Watch Woo Work. When we return to the airwaves, it won't be this week because I'll be out there on that stage at Land Park. But follow our social media for all updates, all news, all thoughts and feelings. Jay, how can they find you? Where can they find you?
All the social media platforms, Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church. You can reach out and catch me in the inbox there, or just sit and wait for us on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm always available. 205-586-7321 if you need to talk. I don't know any therapists or vendors that are giving free services, but if you just need to talk, you just want to vent, want to pray, we can do that.
And you can drop them off somewhere too. All right. You speak English, so you will be okay to drive your Uber. Yeah, it's been a great time with you. Glad I could help out old Christopher and come in and navigate the think tank. As Jay had said, Sunday nights at 7 p.m. right here on the beat. You can get this conversation and conversations just like this with the full crew, with yours truly, Lady Wu, right here on B94.9 WATV at 7 p.m. And you can hear me every single day, except for when I don't come. 12 to 3 in Lady Wu's Midday Fun Shui. I got some of the best segments in the world. Way Back Wednesday, Throwback Thursday, Festive Friday, Talk Topic Tuesday, Mood, Music, and Motivation Monday. Tune in. You don't ever have to change the station. Y'all be great. We'll be back soon. I'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Be vital.
Peace.